What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I got a video today about another headlight. I've never had a headlight before from any sort of exotic car, and this headlight is from a Ferrari F430. They made these from 2005 to 2009. As you know, I get a lot of parts from the body shop that I work in. A lot of them are damaged, and that's why I can get my hands on them for free and then sell them. This came from my friend's work, and he works in a restoration shop, and they do a lot of high-end cars. So they had an insurance job on a Ferrari F430, and the headlight was damaged. So he asked me if I wanted it when they were done with it, and I said, of course I do. I had no idea what the damage was or how bad it was, but he said it still looked pretty good. So he gave it to me, and then I put it on eBay. I had no idea what I was going to be able to sell this for. Like I said, I've never had any Ferrari headlights or exotic supercar headlights. So he gave me the headlight, I cleaned it up, I put it on eBay, and I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But first, I'm gonna show you the headlight and what it looks like. This is the Ferrari headlight right here. Like I said, it's from a 05 to 09 F430. It's a very basic looking headlight. Nothing really crazy with it. The damage, there's a crack in the lens right here. It's not that big, but a crack in the lens is usually the worst place to have damage on a headlight. There are a couple of scratches going down right here. I did sand and buff this a little bit, but the scratches are still there. Some of them are a little bit deeper, but it's got this crack, hairline crack right in the edge right here. You guys can see that in the video. The lens being cracked is the worst type of damage on a headlight. If it is in the housing, then it is a lot easier because you can plastic weld them and do a lot more work to repair the housing than the lens, because obviously, you know, you're going to see this when it's mounted on the car. But it's still a nice looking headlight. The mounting tabs and everything else to bolt it to the car is still there. So it's just a little bit of damage on here. There is a little bit of water spots on the inside, which obviously from water getting into that crack, which I let the buyers know on eBay that there was some marks. So the funny thing about this headlight right here is that it's a very basic headlight, but it is very expensive. It took me a while to figure out how much this was from Ferrari, because obviously there are no online wholesale parts websites that sell Ferrari parts. So on eBay, I found somebody who listed the original price. It was around $4,500 for this headlight. I guess that's my best guess because obviously I can't look it up. But like I said, this is a very, very basic headlight. There's not much to this thing at all. It is a bi-xenon projector. So it's a HID headlight and high and low beam here. There's this marker light right here, which is a 194 bulb. And then there is this strip of lights right here. Since you can see inside this headlight, you can tell that there's barely anything in here. It's a couple pieces of plastic, a little bit of wiring to go to the lights, and that's it. This does come with the ballast to run the xenon bulb, but this is a very cheap feeling, very light piece of plastic headlight that is supposedly sold by Ferrari for, you know, $4,400. So it's very surprising. I work on a lot of regular cars that have a lot nicer feeling headlights than this and that are a lot more complicated. Any sort of BMW or Mercedes or Volkswagen, Audi, all those headlights would actually make this thing feel like it's made in China. So it is just really funny to see that this headlight is so much money when there's nothing to it. I guarantee you that Ferrari probably makes this headlight for a couple $100, if not less, and then they sell it for, you know, over $4,000. So it's kind of funny to see that. It's, you know, kind of neat to see that also, because like I said, I don't get my hands on any sort of exotic cars. The next big thing is what I have to do to figure out what I can sell this for. It's not like the normal stuff that I have where I kind of have an idea. So like I said, that's the headlight right there. I'm going to show you guys online how I came up with the price that I listed it for. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. All right, guys. So as you can see right here, I searched Ferrari F430 headlight. It is nice that it is only one generation, so you don't have to search in a specific year. These are all the same, 2005 to 2009. and I have it as used condition, and price plus shipping is highest. So we can see, what the highest ones are to the lowest. And as you can see, I've clicked on a bunch of these when I was doing my research already. And some of these are very expensive. As you can see, two of them, $5,000. This one for $3,200. This one, $2,100. So obviously they are very expensive from Ferarri if people are selling them used for this kind of money. These ones up here are obviously going to be good headlights with probably no damage, come complete and everything. And that's why there's so much money. This one right here is from Singapore. A lot of people might not want to buy this one because, as you can see, it's got $500 shipping from Singapore. This one right here, South Korea. So a lot of United States buyers will be looking for parts in the United States, so they don't have to pay the shipping price and wait for them to come from overseas. And as we go down, they get a little bit less and a little bit less. Now at the bottom, there are these two. These are from the same buyer. As you can see in the pictures, there's yellow marks from damage on it, and they are $750 and $900. All right, so if we click on this one, we can scroll down and see that there are a number of problems with this headlight. If we go through the pictures, there's these big chips and damage on the lens. This one has a broken tab right here. Again, a broken tab right here. And they still want, $750 for this. The one I'm selling has a little bit of crack in the lens, but the housing is perfect. So $750 for a very broken headlight is a lot of money to spend. The next one, this is the same from the same car. This is $900. Once again, it's got chips in the lens, just like that last one. And if we scroll through the pictures, I think this one had a broken tab. This one, see the tab's broken and there's a hole in the housing, which people can repair that, but still, that is a hole in the housing and a tab that's completely busted right off. They're selling that one for $900, as you can see right here. So if you compare mine to this one and they want $900 for this, mine is a lot better looking. If we scroll up, this is a $1,100 headlight, and you can see that there's already damage on it right here. And if we go through the pictures, there's a crack in the lens, and once again, damage on the housing right there. I don't know if there's any more. That looks like all the damage. Crack in the lens and a damaged housing, and it's $1,100. If we look at this $1,500 one, now if you're going to spend $1,500, then you would think that this is going to be a nice headlight. But if we scroll through the pictures, as you can see, doesn't even come complete. It's got no bulb in there, and there's big cracks in the lens. And crack in the housing right here. So once again, these are very expensive headlights, but with the damage on them, this guy is trying to get $1,500 for a very damaged headlight, which I think is kind of crazy. If we look at this headlight, this one might be finally a good headlight with no damage. Scrolling through the pictures, it looks like there's no damage to it. Let's see if he says anything in the description. Item in good condition. I didn't see any damage. So the first non-damaged headlight is $1,750. That is quite a lot of money, but obviously if it's a $4,000 headlight, then it's not a bad price for something that's not damaged. And obviously anything above this should be not damaged. Also, we'll just look at this real quick. This one does have damage. It's got a crack on this tab in the housing, and they're trying to sell this for $2,200. So some of these people are obviously a little bit crazy, if you ask me. Good shape, crack in housing, mount tab is damaged as shown. So To sell a headlight for $2,200 is kind of crazy if it has damage on it. Maybe if this was a $10,000, $15,000 headlight, I could see that. But when it's only, $4,400 or around there, and you're trying to sell it for half that price with damage, I'm guessing that some of these people will be able to find a better deal. Let's look at this $3,200 headlight, like new condition, but not brand new. That's what the description says. It does not look bad in the pictures. Obviously, you can tell that these pictures are horrible. So it's going to be hard to sell a headlight for $3,200 with very bad pictures, as you can see. These people are going to have a hard time selling this just because of the pictures. You're not going to even be able to see any sort of, barely any condition of this headlight. That is what, I found when I looked for this headlight. You can tell that the damaged headlights, are listed for a lot of money. That's why I listed mine for right at $1,000. It is better looking than these ones that are cheaper, but it's not as expensive as these. The next thing I do is look at the sold listings, because what it shows is just because these people are selling theirs for, over $2,000 in good condition doesn't mean that they're selling for that. This one is $1,000 and this one was an auction for $810. And if we click on this $1,000 one, we're going to look at the description and see what the condition is. Good shape, comes complete. And if we look at the pictures, we can tell that there is a little bit of damage on this tab right here that they didn't say anything about, and more damage on this one. So it's kind of funny they didn't say anything. That's damaged too. They said it was in good condition, but it's got some damage, and that sold for $1,000. Let's look at that other one, $810. We'll look through these pictures. These pictures are kind of dark. It's hard to see. Looks like all the mounting tabs are there. This one's not a bad price. It's got $200 worth of shipping. So really someone did spend $1,000. So as you can see, just because they listed them for a lot of money doesn't mean that they are selling for a lot of money. So I'm going to list mine for $1,000. Hopefully it sells quickly. Maybe I could get some more money for it, but as you can tell, there's not a lot on here. There's not a lot that are selling. So if I can sell mine for $1,000 quickly, and I'll be happy with that, instead of sitting on it, trying to sell it for $2,000 and have it for a year in my house. So that is what I'm going to do. I think that's a fair price. And once people come on here and look at these and they see all these ones on here with all this damage, mine's going to stick out and look really good. So that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get that on eBay right away. All right, guys. So as you can see, this headlight, even though it is very cheaply looking and doesn't look like it's worth a lot of money, being used and with damage is still a lot of money on eBay. So I'm going to list mine right at $1,000 or best offer. I'm going to go with that, see what happens. There's other ones on there that have more damage for a little bit less, and there's some on there with, more damage for a little bit more. So I'm going to stick right at $1,000, see what happens. They only made this car for 4 years, so I'm assuming there's not a ton of people out there that are looking for this headlight. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to hold on to it, or if the price is right, if I'm gonna have to drop it down or not. But if I can get anywhere around $1,000, obviously I will be happy. Like I said, this was given to me by my friend who worked at a shop. So it's, once again, free money. I didn't have to buy this and resell it. But if you could find any of these, obviously it looks like you could resell them for a lot of money. So if you guys subscribe, I will let you guys know if I sell this or if you guys see it on a monthly update coming up. If you guys have any questions or comments about this headlight or anything else that I do, just let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.